The price of a lie. The rain in Los Angeles was pouring down like a waterfall that night. It felt like the city was trying to wash away all the hidden secrets. I was hiding in a dark corner of a popular haunted house attraction. My face was covered in thick white makeup and sticky fake red blood. I was a professional ghost actor for the Halloween season. My job was very simple: jump out and scare people for $15 an hour. Every single dollar I earned had a very important and deep purpose. It was all for the love of my life, my girlfriend Maya. For 3 long years I worked 3 different jobs every single day. During the day I was a tired assistant at a busy architecture firm. At night and on weekends I was a delivery driver or a ghost in the dark. Why did I push myself so hard, you might ask? Because Maya told me her mother was dying of a very rare disease. She said they had huge medical bills and thousands of dollars in debt. I loved her so much that I did not care about the hard work or the pain. I dreamt of our future house and our beautiful wedding and a happy life. I truly thought we were struggling together to survive a hard time. But that cold night in October my world turned into a nightmare. The heavy wooden door of the haunted room slammed open with a bang. I smelled very expensive perfume and heard a group of people laughing. A couple walked into the room and they sounded a bit drunk and happy. The man sounded young and he had the voice of someone very rich. He laughed and said, "Maya baby, you promised this place was exciting. Is this the dark place where we are going to have some fun tonight?" Maya. That name hit me in the chest like a bolt of powerful lightning. I froze behind a wooden crate and my heart stopped beating for a second. No, it could not be her because my Maya was supposed to be working. She told me she was working a late shift at the local grocery store. Or she was supposed to be at the hospital holding her mother's hand. But that laugh, I knew that specific laugh for 3 long years. It was definitely Maya's voice, but she sounded completely different. She sounded cold and arrogant and very loud in the darkness. She laughed and said, "Jason, stop being so impatient right now. I have a much bigger and better surprise for you at the hotel later. This scary house is just the warm-up for our real night." The man hugged her and whispered, "You have spent so much on me this week. All those designer watches and the brand new car, you are amazing." Maya laughed and tapped his nose like he was a little child. "Money is nothing, Jason, as long as you are happy and with me." I watched from the deep shadows and felt my soul breaking apart. The girl who cried about being poor was now acting like a billionaire. She looked toward the dark corner where I was hiding in my costume. Her eyes were sharp and mean and full of a cold pride. She reached into her Gucci bag and grabbed a thick stack of bills. She threw the $100 bills right at my white painted face. The sharp edges of the cash cut my forehead and I felt real pain. She yelled, "Get out, do not look at us with those ugly ghost eyes. You are ruining my expensive mood and my night out." Warm blood started dripping down my face and mixing with the fake blood. My boss's voice came through my small earpiece in a panic. Ethan, get out of that room right now," he shouted. "Do not bother Ms. Sterling and Mr. Vanderbilt, leave the room now." I felt like a broken robot as I stood up. From the floor, I picked up my props and walked out of the dark and dusty room. Behind me I heard them laughing at my shadow as I left. When I got to the quiet front desk I looked at the money in my hand. There was $5,000 in cold hard cash on the counter. $5,000! I had worked for 3 long months just to save that much for her mother. I realized in that moment that I was never her real boyfriend. I was just a fool for her and I was her secret entertainment. In the lobby some rich girls were gossiping and laughing quietly. One said, "Maya is so crazy, she spent millions to get her ex back." Another girl laughed and said, "Yeah, I feel bad for that poor boy Ethan. He actually believes she is poor and struggling in debt. He is working like a slave while she buys Jason a brand new Ferrari. My stomach turned over and I felt physically sick to my heart. On the security monitor I saw Maya kissing that rich man again. She looked so happy and so alive in her expensive world. She once told me, Ethan, let us save money and marry in a small park. I do not need a big diamond ring, I just need your love. What a terrible and heartless lie she told me every day. I waited outside the haunted house in the cold rain. An hour later Maya walked out of the building with Jason. She looked beautiful and powerful in her designer clothes. Jason looked at my bleeding forehead and felt a little bit of guilt. Hey man, sorry about my girl, he said as he reached for his wallet. She is a bit crazy when she gets excited, take some more money. He tried to hand me more cash but I did not move my hand. Maya looked at me and our eyes met in the street light. I expected her to be scared or to cry or to explain the lie. But she just looked at me like I was a piece of trash on the street. She took out a checkbook, wrote a big number and dropped it at my feet. She said, keep your mouth shut about what you saw tonight. If you ruin Jason's reputation, I will destroy you and your life. She did not even say my name or look at me like a human being. She did not even admit that she knew me for 3 years. She walked to her white Lamborghini and drove away into the night. I went back to our tiny and cheap apartment for the last time. I looked at the photo of her sick mother on the bedside table. It was just a random old lady from a stock photo website. Then I heard the door open and the sound of her keys. Maya walked in and she had changed into her poor clothes again. She held a bag of cheap fast food and looked very sad and tired. Ethan, oh my God, what happened to your head? She cried. She ran to me acting like she cared about my wound and my pain. I am so sorry I am late, the hospital was so busy tonight. I am working so hard for our future, Ethan, because I love you. I looked at her and I felt absolutely nothing but cold air. Maya, I said quietly, do you know who this lady in the photo is? She glanced at the phone and shrugged her shoulders. I do not know, probably some stranger. Why are you looking at that? My heart finally turned into solid ice in that small room. She had lied so much that she even forgot her own fake stories. The next day I followed her to a 5-star hotel in Beverly Hills. She was wearing a gown that cost more than my entire college tuition. She was holding Jason's hand in front of all the cameras. Her wealthy parents stood there announcing their new engagement. Maya whispered to her mom, do not worry, that poor boy was just a toy. I would never actually love someone who is poor like him. I stood behind a heavy curtain holding the cheap $200 ring. I bought that ring for our anniversary with my ghost acting money. I did not scream and I did not make a loud scene at the party. I gave the $5,000 and the check to her best friend Sarah. Sarah was the only person in that world who felt bad for me. I told her, please give this money back to her today. I am taking only the money I actually earned from my jobs. The rest of her dirty money belongs to her and her lies. I packed my small bags and left Los Angeles that very night. As I sat on the bus, I felt a sense of freedom for the first time. Maya called me and she sounded very angry on the phone. Ethan, where are you? Why is the apartment empty? She shouted. I looked at the city lights through the bus window and I smiled. Maya, I said with a calm voice, happy engagement to you. I hope the game was worth it, but I am done being your toy. I hung up the phone and I blocked her number forever. The 3 years of lies were finally over and I was free. I lost my time, but I found my dignity and my self-respect. And that is worth much more than any diamond ring in the world. If you have ever been treated like you are not enough, remember this. Leaving a toxic person is not a loss, it is a massive promotion. Your new life and your true happiness start today. Do not forget to like and subscribe for more stories of strength. I will see you in the next one.